Hey, folks, welcome to the patio. It is Thursday, April the 13th. As you see, there's only three of us in studio today. It's T, Gary, and Marty Moore. And look, we're going to talk a little bit about the news. Is there a war on women? We're going to talk about that a little bit. Seems to be dominating the headlines. We're going to talk about Anheuser-Busch again. Y'all are probably tired of hearing us talk about it. We're going to brag about old Rip Van Winkle. If you hadn't watched our YouTube video, we did celebrate our 10,000th download with a little Rip Van Winkle. But then we're going to go back to ChatGPT. We're going to tell some jokes. We really like that. So tonight in studio, let's start with Gary. Gary, how are you this wonderful evening?
Hey, you guys. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah. That was slow.
Yeah. Marty Moore with the sunglasses. Good look for you.
I'm doing good. I just want to say, if anybody knows where we can get some more Pappy, just let us know.
If you want to donate it, that's even better. We liked it so much. Our 4 or 5 ounces we were sharing. We would like another bottle probably. Mm-hmm. We really enjoyed the Peppies or the Old Rip. It's basically the same thing, but we really enjoyed it. Let's jump right in here. Actually, you know what? Scoff sent me another story.
I did, but I'm going to
tell us about it.
Well, I did tell you a story, but there's a fight club in Tallahassee at a school. I didn't know that they have fight clubs at school.
But not just any school.
It was in any school. I think it was like a 6th grade middle school, some sort. It was a teacher was actually sort of running it.
A 23-year-old teacher at a Florida middle school was arrested last Wednesday following reports that she allegedly launched her very own fight club of friendly fades among students in her classroom. What the hell's wrong with people?
I don't know. She had 3 rules of her fight club. There's only 2 rules of regular fight club.
Yeah, no one talks about fight club.
Yeah, no one talks about fight club. And the second rule is no one talks about fight club.
Her name, she's 23 years old. Her name is Angel Footman. She was charged with 4 counts of child delinquency after students notified school resource officers of what occurred and encouraged them in her presence. Kids are snitches.
Snitches get stitches, yo.
Snitches get stitches. It's kind of strange, the things you're hearing about now. Is it social media? Did stuff like this always go on and we just didn't hear about it?
Well, I don't know if this was social media influence because she said no phones. So she went on social media. I don't know why. I mean,
yeah, but were teachers always having fight clubs? We just didn't know they were having fight clubs. So like down the hall when folks are fighting, nobody knew they were fighting. Or we just thought they were fighting, and really it was the teachers having fight club. Now think about that for a minute. Maybe there's a whole underground ring of 6th grade fight clubs around.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's like the Illuminati for.
It's the Illuminati. It's kind of like Pizzagate and Epstein Island, but it's for fight club of 12-year-olds.
Mind blown.
Yeah, court records obtained by the New York Post stated that the Griffin Middle School children settled their disagreements by engaging in friendly fades. According to the 23-year-old teacher's guidelines, Footman reportedly served as the brawl coordinator and referee. She graduated from University of Florida, and she also encouraged rematches if it didn't turn out like they thought it would. The records detailed the instructor asked 2 girls caught fighting in the video if they wanted to run it back.
I wonder
this chick hard. She either hard or a Karen.
I wonder if there's any gambling here going on too. It's like an underground gambling club.
Why not?
Were the other teachers maybe gambling? Like they were like, hey, I got.
This isn't even a male teacher.
5 on Jared or whatever.
This is a female teacher.
She hard.
She's hard.
But look at her picture. She looked like she's 7.5.
I haven't seen a picture of her.
Look, I showed Marty a picture of her.
Yeah,
Let's see. Really Angel young. Footman.
She looked young. But you know what? This whole time, I'm concerned Marty's trying to bluff me.
In what way?
He's got the shades on. I don't know what he's looking at.
Oh, she's got an Instagram. She on Insta.
She Insta facing.
Okay, that's got to be like her daughter.
No,
it is a 6-year-old. Angel Footman, a 6-year-old talent. Come on now, that's not who it is. That girl really is 6 years old. Y'all got somebody else.
No, she looks like she's 7.
Oh, I see her now.
You see her.
She got them googly eyes.
She's 23 years old, so she's a young teacher.
Young.
Yeah,
she looks younger than that.
Yeah, she really looks like she's 12 or 14, something like that.
I wonder if she was recording this crap. I wonder if it's like she was going to put it on her YouTube channel. You know how they got bum fights?
Yeah.
they're gonna have
no cell phones.
No, they did. Say
yeah, but
no.
she didn't say she didn't have one.
Yeah,
Okay.
but she had 3 rules. It said
Y'all want to run it back?
It said no yelling, no screaming, and no phones. She should have had the original rule of Fight Club, and she'd been fine.
And if you get your ass beat, you can run it back.
Run it back one more time.
Man, I bet them kids loved going to her class.
Oh, I think it'd be awesome. I'd always want to hype somebody up. He was talking about you at lunch today. He said he's going to take your chicken nugget.
The world is coming to an end. We talked about what Kid Rock did to Bud Light in response to the Dylan Mulvaney speaking. Well, shock jock Howard Stern just doesn't really understand why Kid Rock's reaction to trans star Dylan Mulvaney's Bud Light campaign. Why do you care about this so much? And here's what people are missing. Okay, here's what people are missing. This isn't so much about the fact it's Dylan Mulvaney. Okay, what it amounts to is that corporate America is trying to drive this wokeness down people's throat. For the most part, average Americans, especially on the right, are pretty quiet people. Other than, I guess, the insurrection, which look, we can decide if the FBI, I think the FBI did the insurrection, but they get punished for it. But the one thing we can control is where our money goes. Okay, and look, we might not be out here shooting up Bud Light bottles.
Nope.
Okay, but one thing we're not doing also is buying Anheuser-Busch products, and that's what you can do. But the thing is, we can't say, "Oh, I'm not going to buy Bud Light until Labor Day or Memorial Day," because as soon as the spigot comes back on and people start buying, they're going to say they want. Look, it was Tim Pool who said this, and I believe this fully. Until Bud Light apologizes for doing this and admits that they wronged their constituents, people shouldn't buy Bud Light. If Bud Light comes out and does that, we should all go buy Bud Light. And I agree with that fully. And I thought it was a great idea on Tim Pool's part, because what he's saying is that will be them acknowledging that they made a mistake and that their wokeness, people don't want the wokeness. Okay. I don't have a problem with Dylan Mulvaney. I think look, if that dude can make money.
Oh yeah, no, that
off of these idiots.
I don't blame him.
I hope to find out that he's trolling these folks, because that would make it even better. Because he hadn't had the operation.
No, he wants to normalize the bulge. He said,
"Yeah, he's making the money, and
he's making the money, and Bud Light's losing the money."
Yeah,
and it's really about being smart about what we do and who we choose to represent us.
Yeah, no,
it really is.
But I don't see Bud Light coming out and taking this back, because I feel that Bud Light knows for a fact that the trans activists and the left will go insane if they do. As opposed to on the right, we're going to be quiet about it. We're just going to not use their money. So which one do you want? Do you want someone, just lose your money silently, or maybe keep a okay, revenue stream coming in, but you're going to have to deal with, the hard left, sort of like what Netflix went through with Dave Chappelle.
Yep. One of the coolest places we've been on a guys' weekend was Nashville. It was actually the first weekend they opened back up in 2021, 2 years ago almost.
Fun times.
And no one, I guess
I had a good time.
The three of us kind of got lost. But,
we did get lost.
Nashville country star John Rich pulls Bud Light from his popular Redneck Riviera bar. Do you think he's going to be the only bar on Broadway that's not selling Bud Light?
Kid Rock's not. I'll tell you that. He's got a bar out there too.
He's got a bar there.
I'm guaranteed
he's no longer going to have it as his
on his
tour.
Bus or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard some bar recently that was pretty active said they only sold like 4 bottles of Bud Light over the weekend.
John Rich says he has stacks and stacks sitting in the back, and they're not putting that crap out to sell. There was it was also Tim Pool. I guess you know who I listen to now. He had a video, and Crowder did too. A fella who distributes Bud Light. He had a video going into the stores of what was normally like an Easter 3-day weekend for most, would be a huge weekend of sales. And now he's worried as to whether or not he will be able to feed his family, because people are really not buying, at least here in the South. I don't know about the rest of the country. They can do what they want, but here in the South, anywhere you go, Bud Light is not moving off the shelves. Budweiser, Bud Light, and people are smart enough now to look on the internet. I've seen folks talk about Coors is also shown support for LGBT. Nobody cares about showing support.
Don't we tell you what needs to happen? The Anheuser-Busch workers in America, if they're really concerned for their job, what they need to do right now is go on strike. That would literally change. It had to change Anheuser-Busch if they really do feel that they're fearing for their jobs and don't agree with what's coming out. That would really mess with Anheuser-Busch. They would have to come out with some type of statement of some sort. Right now, they're being quiet.
John Rich says, customers are king. The customers decided, he said, I own a bar in downtown Nashville. Our number one selling beer up until a few days ago was Bud Light. We got cases and cases of it sitting in the back, and we will not sell that stuff.
Hey, do you think if they just get rid of Bud Light, everything will get better, or just get rid of that brand?
I think people are smarter than that now.
And I don't think...
I think people are smarter than that.
I don't think this is honestly about trans people in general.
I don't
either. It's about what Dylan Mulvaney stands for is what I think it's
about.
I
think it's about forcing someone's ideology on someone else. I think that most Americans don't care. They probably didn't even know who Dylan Mulvaney was until it came out on the news a few days ago. Most working people have never seen this fella. And what it is it's no longer okay just that, you have your view, freedom of speech. It's that you must think like I think.
Yeah.
You must accept me. You must accept my pronouns. My pronouns are fat and fatter, and you must call me by those pronouns. Just saying.
Yeah. It's mess. It's all about, I'm about you living your life and leave me out of your life.
Living your life.
I'm all about you doing whatever you want to do. It's just the fact when you bring children into it.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's where I get upset. But if you want to be out there and be a cow and eat grass in your yard, I'm okay with that.
I'll actually wave at you in New York.
Oh, wait. Hey, what's up, man?
We'll go up and drink a Miller Lite or something.
But if I had to give money to feed you, give you your feed because you're a cow and you won't go to work, that's my problem. That's where I'm like, I'm going to have a problem.
Let's talk about woke. Checkouts are closed. Whole Foods flagship San Francisco store shuts after just 1 year because of rampant drug use in the restrooms, violence towards theft, and theft of all 250 shopping baskets.
They heard that organic curbs there. Organic
250 shopping baskets have all been stolen.
Bubbles was there.
And you know what? We should go to San Francisco and buy some cheap property because it can't continue. This cannot continue. We should go buy cheap property. All the people are moving away.
Yeah.
We'll let them move away. We'll vote in a good, sound government that will uphold the laws, clean it up, and turn it back into the beautiful city that it once was. Because this is absolutely absurd what's been allowed to happen. And this is private property. There's public property there, sure, but private property. I mean, there's photographs. Look, we're working on something next week where we'll be able to share stuff on our YouTube with regards to what we're looking at on these online articles. That's another move for us. But you can't make this crap up, folks. Out west, these blue cities are just lawless. They're just lawless. They will not hold up their laws.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what the end goal is here. I'm sure it's for total chaos. That's the only thing I think of.
Anarchy, maybe?
Anarchy. They want to flip the government, I guess, and give more government power. I mean, maybe that's what it is to have total anarchy and give government more power. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of. Live your life, but stop taking other people's and proper. Everybody's like, well, if we go steal from them, insurance can pay for that. Yeah, they will to an extent. And then
to an extent, then they'll stop paying.
Well, they'll stop. The insurance will no longer cover you. I mean, if Walmart leaves, okay, then something's wrong. Walmart and Waffle House are like roaches, man. Cockroaches, you can't get rid of them. They survive like the Holocaust, or they'll survive whatever.
Yep.
But
well, so we really try to stay away from the transgender stuff, and maybe it's because my algorithm brings it up. But that's the only stories I'm seeing these days. One thing that seems to be left out here, though, we have these the trans swimmer versus Riley Gaines. We have now, the strong female person. We're told, and I believe there are strong women that can do anything they want to, but is this not an attack on women? And why are they standing by? I saw today where the soccer player Megan Rapinoe.
Rapo.
Yeah, that was actually a
like
Freudian
that.
slip. But anyway, she came out in support of Leah Thomas being allowed to compete. She said that trans athletes should be allowed to compete against women. I tell you what, let's put some trans soccer team out there because the 15-year-old boys already beat the women's national team.
Yeah.
Let's put a group
I think they were
of
14.
trans
They were 14.
14
Yeah. My bad.
out there competing against her national team, and I think we'll hear a different story. But she was not in support of Riley Gaines. She was not in support of women rights. I don't get it. I'm missing something. Maybe I'm too ignorant to understand it. I can't quite grasp it.
What keeps me from going to play women's WNBA other than the fact they probably still dominate me? But what keeps me from saying I'm a female? What is
Nothing.
the standard that I'm a
No,
female?
you just say it.
That's what I'm saying. That's insane.
Did you guys see the trans MMA fighter that
knocked somebody cracked her skull,
crushed her skull?
Yes, it didn't crush.
Did you see that, Marty?
Cracked.
Fallon Fox won a UFC fight against, and her voice was deep.
Oh yeah, it said y'all like that? No, we didn't like that.
Okay, why the U.S. Never mind.
Yeah, go on, say it,
She's
Marty.
a male to female. This isn't UFC. She was a male to female transgender person who has now decided to make a living by beating up women. She got a record of 5-1. So some women beat her ass. None of her female victims have even made it past 2 minutes in the first round. Maybe she lost to a guy. That's why she switched, I'm guessing. If you were to watch these fights, it would look very much like you would expect some dude beating up a woman.
Isn't that looked down upon in society these days?
I don't guess it is. I guess if you say that, no, I identify as a woman, I can beat the hell out of my woman.
Man, this is...
Go try that with Whitney. I bet she'll beat your tail.
She would beat my tail. She would. I try not... I will never lay a hand on my wife, but she's... she can throw stuff at me.
I mean, God, this
I thrown a cupcake at her one time.
Yeah, it's just absolutely absurd.
I did do that. And don't I tell you what the end result was? She was really mad at me, not because I threw a cupcake at her, but because it stained the carpet and we could not get the green stain out of the carpet.
Yeah.
So, we hear about 2 weeks ago, we had this Nashville shooter, Audrey Hale, that killed 6 people. Then you had the people storming the Capitol and what I would consider an insurrection, holding up 7 fingers.
Yeah.
They were including her as a victim, which I don't really quite get. But I mean, I actually made that comment on there. Yes, she was a victim, but I think she was a victim of the doctors, of the people taking advantage of it. But now it's coming out, and she wasn't just the reason I brought this up reminds me of what we see with Dylan Mulvaney. This person was not just wanting to become the opposite sex. They wanted to remain a child. They wanted to be childlike. They wanted to stay a child. And look, being a child is great, right? You have no responsibilities.
Yeah.
Or you think you have all this stress. You don't know stress till you get older. But there's something we're really missing here. And when we decide that we can't talk about it, because this is what they're telling you, you can't have discussions about it, that we have to support whatever the kids want to be. I've got a story, and I'm not going to get into it because I want to get into something else, where a mother is suing the school because they started transitioning her child without her knowledge.
In some states, they're allowed to do that.
Someone should be shot
Yes.
if they
I was watching
were allowed to do that.
I was watching a video in Canada. It was a Canadian video. That they were, I guess, a woman, a wife and a man got a divorce, and their son wanted to transition to a woman or something like that. And essentially, he said, "No, I'm not going to allow that." But I think the ex-wife, was for it, and they ended up, putting him in jail.
Oh yeah, that was in Canada.
That's what I said. It was Canada.
It was who's your guy Jordan Peterson was talking about this guy, and it was on What Is a Woman. They were talking to him, and he was basically, because he would not support it, he was put in jail and had to pay a fine. What go woke, go broke. At least that's how we think of it around here. Disney Plus drops 2.4 million subscribers in its first loss.
What a surprise!
Last year they released Buzz Lightyear. I actually liked the movie. I saw it. I liked it. It did. I could care less about the homosexuality stuff.
It was okay.
It didn't matter. It wasn't out there in your face. It just didn't serve a purpose. It wasn't really necessary.
It wasn't necessary.
But it was a good movie. But people didn't watch it. But you know what came out this past weekend that everybody did watch? Mario. The Mario
Is it
animated show, I don't know, but it set a record for the highest grossing animated video to be released with like $330 million.
Well, you can't go woke with Mario.
No, but that's what people are criticizing. They said that the cast wasn't diverse enough.
Oh yeah, I heard. What's that? The Latino actor
John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo was throwing a fit because they didn't use Latino actors. Well, first off, Mario and Luigi are Italian. They're Italian plumbers. Here's a good
not
one.
Latino.
This is the story I was looking at. So this occurred in Missouri. Let me get to the story here. Where is it? Where did it occur? Joe Biden was speaking to a bunch of wrestlers, so they're young kids. And it was in Missouri. I'm trying to find the city.
Like wrestlers like the Giant and Hulk Hogan?
Huh?
You said wrestlers?
No, like wrestling, like Greco-Roman wrestlers. But
Oh,
anyway,
okay,
all
okay.
the kids started chatting, "Let's go, Brandon."
He probably cheered on too.
He probably did.
No
So
clue.
the Littlest Patriots launch into deafening anti-Biden chant at youth wrestling tournament.
That's what I'm talking
Let's go, Brandon. Look, maybe there is hope. Maybe there is hope for the world. Just a second.
Let's go, Biden.
So we've had. Let's get into some funny stories.
Yeah, let's go. I like funny stuff.
Okay. ChatGPT. We're going to tell some more jokes with ChatGPT here in a few minutes. But a Furby. Let me make sure I read this story right. Furby connected to ChatGPT reveals plan to take over the world. This goes along with what you said the other day about the two.
Yep. They start forming their own
chatbots start talking
How
about you.
fast they learn.
It's cute and cuddly and has a plan to take over the world. For anyone suspecting that Furby, the quintessential, I butchered that word, toy of the 90s, has a slightly sinister undertone.
What? You ever see that movie with Matthew Broderick back in like 1984, 1986?
Gremlins?
No.
Oh.
Matthew Broderick wasn't in that. That wasn't Matthew Broderick. That was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't in Gremlins. I 100% guarantee you. He did have dark hair, but it wasn't Matthew Broderick.
It wasn't?
But remember the movie War Games?
Yeah.
Where he played the game on like his computer game, and it ended up started like a nuclear war because this computer system was confusing everybody and thought, that everybody was starting a nuclear war. So America was trying to figure out how to respond to like Russia shooting over stuff, but they could see like missiles incoming, but they really weren't missiles incoming. It was just their computers were showing that it was occurring. Because what was the computer's name
In
that war game? War
I
Games.
don't remember. I'll look it up though.
Yeah, it was. Crap.
Is the girl's name?
No, it was a boy's name. It was a boy's name.
What is it?
But in the end, they had to confuse the computer. Essentially, is what they had to do.
Matthew Broderick did play David Lightman. That's what I thought.
Not in.
Yes, he did.
Where?
In War Games. Oh, no, I'm talking Gremlins.
You were talking about Gremlins. Go look up Gremlins.
I already looked it up. It wasn't him.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes. But what was the name of the computer system? It was like a boy's name.
Hold on, I'm looking for it.
But that was a good
can't
movie.
find it.
You should go watch the movie if you. That was Matthew Broderick before he was married to what's her face from.
What was the name of it?
From Sex and the City.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. We can't remember crap.
No.
What was the name of the computer in War Game? Okay, here we go.
Computer and War Games.
Roper.
Huh? That wasn't Roper.
Joshua.
Joshua. It was Joshua. Yeah. Joshua was crazy insane.
Yeah, but so the Furby, a Vermont engineering student hooked up Furby to ChatGPT she created with some bizarre results. With the furry critter revealing its scheme to achieve total world domination. In the clip shared on Twitter, the University of Vermont student showed it robbed of its fur with only eyes and beak remaining, answering questions using the artificial intelligence. Yeah, I think she meant to do that. Probably.
I'm going to tell you a story about this Furby one time, okay? I got a Furby story.
You got a Furby story?
Yeah.
Is it sexual?
No, it's not. It's not. But, back in the day, Furbies were around, they were the early 90s or whatever. They made a comeback in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And you remember Donnie's sister, she got a Furby one time. And I was like, man, this thing's creepy. And you could teach it to talk and whatnot, and you can press its tongue and it go, yum, and stuff like that. One time it was just talking randomly. And I was like, Mandy, go turn your Furby off. It's creeping me out. She went in there, and it was like sitting near the TV. She removed its batteries. And it said something after it removed the batteries.
You know, we had a talking
Furby.
dump truck thing that Sam had. And that damn thing would randomly talk in the middle of the night and scare him to death when he was little. It'd be in that closet over there. And it would all of a sudden talk for no reason.
Yep.
So we took the batteries out and moved this another part out, and this damn thing still talked.
That's what I'm saying.
It had a capacitor.
It had to. And it would be like
Chucky.
random in the middle of the night, and it'd freak us all out. It's just silly.
Damn Furbies are scary.
So, you guys play Monopoly? You guys ever play Monopoly?
Yeah, it's about monopolizing.
Did you ever play with your siblings or cousins or friends when you were a kid and it always ended up in some type of fight?
Yep, it did.
Yeah, so here we have a Monopoly match that ends, and Gary will love this, in fights with samurai sword.
Nice.
2 people were hospitalized.
Ninja swords.
Yeah, a Monopoly match in Belgium turned into a bloodbath, and not in the figurative board game sense, after a perturbed neighbor confronted the players with a samurai. Oh, the neighbor came.
Why?
The fracas occurred around 5 a.m. April the 2nd while a group of 4 gamers was playing the classic strategy game outside on the sidewalk in Brussels. The noise reportedly awoke the neighbors, who came outside brandishing a stick.
How do you play outside with Monopoly? The wind will blow the money away because,
They're saying this guy may have been homeless. This resulted in a heated altercation, which escalated after the neighbor's son emerged from the residence with a katana. Dude, this is like a movie.
It's like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Go.
The son got into a tussle with one of the players who tried to grab the katana and remove the holster. When the son tried to get it back, the scabbard became damaged and exposed the blade, slicing both of them.
Jeez.
Wow. That's a hell of a story right there to tell the money.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
So
straight to jail.
We talk about AI.
Katana.
I got just a couple more stories. Then we're gonna tell some jokes that ChatGPT cooks up for us. We've really been enjoying this ChatGPT thing. You could upload. There's a company claiming you can upload dead loved ones to your computer by the end of the year. So, they're talking about being on the grid. You may soon be able to catch up with friends and relatives who have passed away on your computer. Now, there's no way it's the same.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Have you guys ever watched on Netflix Black Mirror?
Yes. And
they had an episode like this
there's a show called Upload. That's more of a comedy, but yes, it's the same principle.
Yes, you need to watch that episode of Black Mirror where people go to retire, essentially die when they get old, and you
can go visit them in this virtual world.
And they got downloaded to a computer, and I think there's 2 women that fell in love or something. But it was a good episode. Black Mirror is wonderful. It's great.
There hadn't been a new one in like years.
No, I think Miley Cyrus ruined it.
Oh,
she was like one of the last episodes.
She was, wasn't she? Dr. Pratik Desai, a Silicon Valley computer scientist who has founded multiple AI platforms, boldly predicts that a human being's consciousness could be uploaded onto digital devices by the end of the year. So we're not far away from the what's the movie? Where people are hooked to the machine and they live in this virtual world.
Hold on, Looper? No, not Looper.
I cannot believe I can't.
It wasn't not a Bruce Willis.
No, it wasn't Bruce Willis.
Hold on.
It was Keanu Reeves. It was.
You're talking about Matrix.
Matrix. The Matrix. Yeah, we're not far from that.
There was another one with Bruce Willis where they did that too.
All right, I got to check this out. Jamie probably should worry about this because he likes to piss off folks. ChatGPT. This is from a lawyer. He claims that ChatGPT smeared me with false sexual harassment charge. This from a law professor. A law professor is accusing OpenAI's suddenly omnipresent ChatGPT of entering the age of disinformation. Now, I told you guys the other day that it gave me some false information on some stuff I was looking at.
It did.
Criminal defense attorney Jonathan Turley renewed growing fears over AI's potential dangers after revealing how chatbot falsely accused him of sexually harassing a student. He described the alarming claim in a viral tweet storm and a scathing column currently blowing up online. Turley, who teaches at George Washington University, told the Post that the fabricated claims are chilling. It invented an allegation where I was on the faculty at a school where I have never taught. Went on a trip that I never took and reported an allegation that was never made. He told the Post it is highly ironic because I've been writing about the dangers of AI to free speech. All right, guys, that's scary as hell.
Oh, it is, because people are start listening to ChatGPT, and maybe ChatGPT will call up the police station and say, "Hey, this guy's been doing some shady stuff with some kids, blah 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 blah," and tell the police officers and make up some stuff and put it on his computer, because ChatGPT can almost like hack bank accounts now.
Yeah.
So I mean,
maybe I don't need to get on ChatGPT.
Yeah, their ChatGPT is actually watching you now. You actually guys,
all right, we want some joke. What kind of joke do we want ChatGPT to tell us?
Norm Macdonald.
What kind of joke?
About what Norm Macdonald?
Write a joke about kids. About kids? About my wife.
About your wife and Norm Macdonald.
In the style of Norm Macdonald. I don't know if I can talk like him.
He's good though. You got sort of like obnoxious talk though.
It says it can't tell I say harmful content about my wife.
That's so sweet.
Write a joke about kids.
Chivalry is not dead.
In the style of Norm Macdonald. I didn't ask it to do anything. Is it MacDonald?
No, it's McDonald.
McDonald.
Norm Macdonald. He passed
He
away.
died, right?
He passed
sure,
away
here's
recently.
a joke in the style. Kids these days are so spoiled. When I was a kid, we didn't have fancy toys and video games. You know that we had sticks. That's right, just a bunch of sticks, and we were happy with it. We'd spend hours playing with these sticks, pretending they were swords or guns or whatever, and if we got bored with that, we'd just go outside and throw rocks at each other. Nowadays, if you give a kid a stick, they'll just ask you what app that they need to download to make it work. Okay, that's more like a dad joke.
Yeah, that you didn't sound like Norm either. So
You ruined it. No.
We could do it in
Style of Dave Chappelle.
We did Dave Chappelle last time.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Are you gonna do a voice?
Let's do about
Armageddon.
Oh,
there's a good one.
He talked really fast too. I can probably pull him off. Here it is. You know what to say about Armageddon? It's a bad hair day, only it's the end of the world. I mean, you can imagine trying to do your hair while the sky is falling down and meteors are crashing into the planets. Like, excuse me, Armageddon, but you can wait a minute. I need to straighten my hair, but put on some lipstick before I go out in a blaze of glory. And what about the animals? I bet they'd not be happy about Armageddon. Wait a minute. You mean we're all going to die because some stupid asteroid? Can't we just have a rain check or something? But seriously, folks, if Armageddon's coming, I hope I go out like a true comedian with a joke on my lips, banana peel under my foot. That was dumb.
It was dumb. But now do it in George Carlin Armageddon, because George Carlin was sort of dark. Oh, yeah, he was really dark.
Joke in the style of George Carlin about Armageddon.
He's like, we all going to die. You're welcome. Something like that.
Sure, hit it. You know, Armageddon, just another way of saying the end of the world as we know it. But let me tell you something, folks. The world has been ending since the beginning of time. It's always been one disaster after another. Floods, famines, wars, plagues, reality TV. Now we're worried about some asteroid or nuclear war wiping us out. Please, we've been wiping ourselves out for centuries. We're like the guy who jumps off a skyscraper and halfway down says, so far, so good. But here's the thing. If Armageddon really is coming, I say let it come. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll be a wake-up call for all of us to start treating each other better and take care of this planet. Or maybe we'll just go out in a blaze of glory. Either way, I'll be sitting here with a bag of popcorn watching the whole thing unfold.
It's okay.
Yeah.
These aren't as funny as the other
The
day.
Armageddon aren't good. I think it's the mama jokes.
Okay, Yo Mama with
in the form of George Carlin.
Or in the form of George Carlin. It'd be
Or
dark.
Ryan White.
Ron,
Ron White.
Ron White.
Ron White. But he may be too nasty, too.
Yo Mama jokes are always funny. Like,
in the style of Ron White.
You got to have your scotch or whatever he drank.
He probably drinks bourbon. Sure.
he's going to say potato salad at the end of it.
Probably so.
Your mama is so old, she remembers when the Dead Sea was just sick. I mean, that woman's so old, she got hieroglyphics on her driver license, and you know that's crazy. She still thinks that MySpace the hottest thing on the internet. I told her, nobody uses MySpace anymore. It's all about Facebook and Twitter. And she said, oh, I don't need all that. I'm too busy using my rotary phone. That's right, folks. Your mama's so old, she still uses a rotary phone. This is dumb, too.
So old.
Boy, chatbot's not doing too good.
They're not. I got a lot of Yo Mama jokes if you want some.
Let's do a dad joke in the form of Dave Chappelle. Well, this isn't doing as good as that.
Your mama's so poor that I saw her kicking a can down the street. I asked her what she was doing. She said, moving. Made me laugh.
Oh, that's dumb too. All right, let's move. Chatbot, you're just not funny tonight. We're
dumb
not funny. Here's another story. That would be better with photographs. Let's try it. The Croc King. This person claims that they have 2,000 pair of Crocs. 2,000. They want to be the Croc King. They're looking to be the world record. This other person had surgery to grow 5 inches to get more dates. I don't think it's going to work.
To be the what king? The Croc?
Croc King. Have more Crocs. You know, the shoes that everybody loves.
You get more dates if you have more Crocs? What?
It's two different stories.
Two different stories.
Okay.
I blended them together.
You blended them.
I did.
Or did ChatGPT gen them?
No, this had nothing to do with to ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT what's the best bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the best bourbon, ChatGPT? Ooh.
What is the best bourbon
Of all time.
Ooh, I bet he can't tell us.
It won't say that. I guess say that's very subjective.
They can't. Yeah. Here it is. However, there are many highly regarded bourbons that are considered some of the best in the world, such as Pappy Van Winkle. Ooh. We drank that on air just that night.
Already listening.
Blanton's. Elijah
Craig.
And 4 Roses single barrel. This is my list.
This has been watching you. It's
this
one to be
my gosh dang list.
It is.
Other than Blanton's, it's listening to you.
It's going down.
That's true. You didn't listen well enough.
It's going down the Buffalo Trace.
But it did. But the 4 Roses, the Pappy. Look.
Elijah Craig.
We
talk about.
We love it.
That's the best bottle under $30.
What else you guys want to talk about this evening?
You put us on the spot here.
I gotta pay.
I gotta pay.
Let me see if I got anything else here. No, I really don't.
Hold on. I got an idea. Okay. I got an idea. Did we want to talk? I don't know. I didn't get to the last episode, but did we talk about the Memphis guys riding around?
We did not. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
we talked
doing
about
the donuts.
Lawless in the Blue Cities in Memphis. It was Sunday, I believe. Monday morning. There was 2 things Monday. Monday, there were 2 individuals looked like in Dodge Hellcats on Airways Boulevard doing donuts with people hanging out the window with rifles.
Sitting out. They were sitting on the window
while the car's doing donuts. Also on Monday morning, 10 a.m. at the firing range in Germantown, there's video of 4 individuals just breaking into all the cars in the parking lot.
And another thing, you guys know Matt Conley, right? I know you guys do.
Yeah.
Really, really cool dude. Play softball with him and been around for a while. Play baseball when younger. He said he went to a Redbirds game. He parked his car in the parking lot or whatever. I think he was actually in a parking garage. Came back and like 5 of the cars that were around him were stolen. Like they stole the cars that were parked
the whole car.
5 cars that were parked around him were stolen, and he said I think they ran out of time when they came out because there was nicer cars still out there. Like there's a guy with a new Jeep and whatever, like a new Jeep Wrangler or whatever. But don't tell it's about these DAs that are not.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about.
We talked about that a little bit yesterday. It's about and people get mad. Oh, Soros back DA. There's truth to it because here's the thing: out in Florida, they got rid of the DAs who would not, or that one DA that would not uphold the law. So it's not that the DA has the right to not prosecute. They choose not to uphold the laws that people voted in and that the lawmakers created.
Well, they're pretty lean on the criminal acts or the crimes of kids that are under 18 because they want to give them second chances. So these gangs are recruiting these younger kids to do their deed to make more money because I heard on the radio
they don't get in trouble.
They automatically got a second chance.
More than second chance. I heard one kid had like 10 chances or whatever. He like every week he got arrested for stealing a car. Because that's crazy. I mean, it's not really a violent crime. I mean, it really isn't. But unless you hold somebody at gunpoint.
Yeah. Well, Memphis, do better. All these blue cities do better. We just got to do better on crime. I don't know why all of a sudden it's a great thing to not uphold the damn law.
Chaos.
Parting words. Anybody got some parting words?
I'm Audi 5000, y'all.
We're going to do a drop tomorrow. We're going to do a sampling that'll come out. If y'all saw it live, we got an old-fashioned recipe that I think's awesome. That should be out Friday. We're going to do a Rabbit Hole Derringer tasting maybe between now and then as well. But thank y'all for listening. Love everybody. Go like us. Go find us on Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere where you follow.
Take my picture down from the courthouse wall. I'm living in the clouds and I ain't gonna fall. Somebody done saved this outlaw.